What up, Vikings fans? Welcome back to another edition of Viking Spin. I'm your host, Jason, and today we're going to go and take a look at the tight ends that are coming in the 2019 draft that are going to be available as prospects. We're going to look at prospects here that are that have draft projections anywhere from rounds 1 through round 4. So we're going to do 8 prospects, and it's definitely, in my opinion, that the Vikings could draft a tight end. I think it's high probability. There's a pretty decent chance that Kyle Rudolph is either traded or released, or even if Kyle Rudolph is restructured and kept, I think the Vikings are still going to want to add a more athletic tight end, a more dynamic tight end to their offense, and one that is also a better blocker, because Rudolph is a good red zone threat, but he struggles to get separation, and he struggles as a blocker. So they're going to need some help in those areas. So we're going to start off here. The first tight end that we're going to look at is Noah Fant out of Iowa. Noah Fant, 6'4", 232 pounds. He's a round 1 projection. He's got excellent speed and athleticism. Probably some of the, you could probably say the best in the draft in terms of those traits. He's run a really diverse route tree, very good route runner, very good hands, gets yards after the catch. He's intelligent, he's polished. Maybe the only thing that you could say about him is he's just a kind of a mediocre blocker, only a space blocker. 232 pounds, a little undersized in terms of weight for a tight end. But other than that, he is a dangerous weapon for any offense. He's gonna create mismatches all over the field. You're not gonna cover him with a linebacker, that's for sure. Teams are gonna have to devote safeties or even corners to try to cover this guy. So he's definitely a matchup nightmare, and definitely warrants a first-round pick. The second tight end we're going to look at is actually his teammate from Iowa, and that's T.J. Hawkinson. And Hawkinson is 6'5", 243 pounds, so he's a little bigger than Fant. He's got a round 1 to 2 projection on him. He is a monster as a blocker, absolutely devastating. The best blocking tight end in this draft. What a difference maker he would make for an offense that wants to run the ball like the Vikings do. And he's got excellent hands. He's got good speed and athleticism. He can make contested catches. He's a polished route runner. He's really got no true weaknesses to him. Maybe he's not quite as fast as Fant, but he's still very fast. And I think that he's got a good chance to go in the first round, actually. So we'll see how that plays out there in the draft, but Hawkinson is definitely a winner for any team that drafts him, I think. Moving on to the third one, we're going to go, who has a solid round 2 projection, is Irv Smith Jr. And I've actually used him in some of my mock off seasons where we do the off seasons and drafts for the Vikings. Irv Smith Jr. out of Alabama, 6'3", 243 pounds. He's a good route runner. He's got good speed. He's definitely an elite blocker. I'd say he's the second best blocker to Hawkinson in the draft. He's got very reliable hands, good ball skills to go up and get the contested catches. No real weaknesses there. Maybe he's a step down from Fant in terms of his athleticism, but still very good athleticism and speed. I would say he's probably going to run. Fant, when we're talking about the speed, you could see Fant maybe even running a 4.4s, low 4.5s. Guys like Hawkinson and Smith are probably high 4.5s to low 4.6s, so it's not really that huge of a difference, but that's probably what we're looking at in terms of speed. To give you an idea, Kyle Rudolph, he ran a 4.79, so any of these guys are going to be faster than him. Moving on to the next one, that's Caden Smith out of Stanford. 6'5", 253 pounds, round 3 projection, very fast and athletic. He's probably going to run low 4.5s. But he needs work on his route running. He's just an average blocker. He's got inconsistent hands, so he's definitely got some weaknesses to him that he's going to have to work on, but he definitely has unbelievable speed and athleticism, so that's something to work with if you think you can coach him up on his deficiencies. Excuse me. The next tight end that we're looking at here is Caleb Wilson out of UCLA. He's 6'5", 235 pounds, got a round 3 to 4 projection. He's got great hands, and he's got good speed, solid route runner, but he's going to need some work on his blocking technique. He's probably best suited for the zone run blocking scheme because he can get to the second level pretty good. But he's just not blowing people off the ball. He might be able to if he worked on his technique and added some weight, because that's the other knock on him. He needs to add some weight. He's only an average in getting yards after the catch, so that's something he'll have to work on as well. But he's still a pretty solid player. Like I said, round 3 to 4 projection on Caleb Wilson. The next one we're looking at here is Jace Sternberger. Sternberger has also a round 3 to 4 projection on him. 6'4", 250 pounds out of Texas A&M. That's really good size. At the 250 weight there, he's got some bulk to him. And so, he is a tough and willing blocker, I'll say. He just needs a little refinement there, but he's got the physical tools to be a successful blocker in the league. He definitely needs some work on his route running, but he has excellent speed and athleticism, so he can definitely, stretch the field and be a seam buster. Just so he's going to need some work on his route running. The next one we're looking at here is Isaac Nauta. He's got a firm round 4 projection here. 6'4", 246 pounds, out of Georgia. He made the contested catches, showed really good ball skills and reliable hands at Georgia, but he's an inconsistent route runner, so that's something he's going to need to work on. He's got decent speed, not off the charts, but pretty good, and he's a very, very good blocker. So that's a plus there for Isaac Nauta. He's going to need your tight ends to block if you want to have a successful running game. And the last one we're going to do here, the 8th tight end that we're reviewing, is another round 4 projection, is Josh Oliver out of San Jose State. 6'5", 243 pounds, very good size. He's athletic, he's got good speed, he's got good hands, he makes contested catches, he gets yards after the catch, but he needs work on his route running. And he's just an average blocker, more than an angle blocker, not really blowing you off the ball. But he's definitely an option there as a move tight end in the NFL. And so that wraps it up here on our tight end edition here on the 2019 NFL Draft Prospects. So we've done so far, we've done the wide receivers, we've done the offensive tackles, and we've done the interior offensive linemen. So we got just a couple more groups here for offense before we get to defense. So our next position group that we're going to do is going to be running backs. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to give us a like on Facebook and follow on Twitter, and also encourage others to subscribe to our YouTube channel here with Viking Spin. We're going to be putting out a ton more content here to come in the off season. We got the combine coming up here in a few weeks, and then it's on to NFL free agency. So thanks again for joining me, and we'll see you next time. Take care.